Hello everyone, welcome to this video. This is Vignesh K. Kamath. So let's begin with the third question of consignment. So this question consists of valuation of abnormal loss as well as valuation of closing stock. And this is a very good question. So let's solve without wasting any more time. So Me Mobile consigned 1000 mobile sets costing 900 each to city stores on 1st July 2020. Me Mobile paid carriage rupees 650, freight rupees 7000 and insurance rupees 3250. City stores received the delivery of 950 sets. An account sales dated 30 November 2020 showed that 750 sets were sold for 9 lakh rupees and city stores incurred 3000 rupees for carriage and 7500 rupees for duty at the time of taking delivery. City stores was entitled to 6% commission on the sales affected by them. They incurred expenses amounting to rupees 2500 for repairing the damaged mobile sets remaining in the stock. Insurance company admitted Me Mobile's claim at 35,000. Show the consignment account in the books of Me Mobiles. So who is the consignor here? Consignor is Me Mobile. Who is the consignee here? Consignee is City Stores. Okay. In the books of Me Mobile, in the books of consignor, you have to prepare consignment account. Okay. So the first line of the question. Consigned 1000 mobile sets costing 900 each. So first entry will be in the consignment account is 2 goods sent on consignment, right? 2 goods sent on consignment. 1000 into 900, right? Let's see the answer. 2 goods sent on consignment. 1000 into 900 rupees, 9 lakh, right? Me Mobile paid carriage rupees 650, freight rupees 7000 and insurance rupees 3250. So who is Me Mobile? Me Mobile is consignor, right? So these all three are consignor's expenses. So what is the entry there in consignment account? To bank, right? By writing to bank, you have to write carriage, freight, insurance. Carriage rupees 650, freight rupees 7000, insurance rupees 3250. So if you add 3, you're going to get 10,900 rupees. An account sales dated 30 November 2020 showed that 750 sets were sold for 9 lakh rupees. Okay, so 750 sets were sold for 9 lakh rupees. The account sales stated that 750 sets were sold, okay, for 9 lakh rupees. So the entire 750 sets were sold for 9 lakh rupees. So what is the entry in consignment account? By name of the consignee, right? By City Stores. By City Stores. 9 lakh rupees, right? Now, City Stores incurred 3000 rupees for carriage, 7500 for duty at the time of taking delivery. Okay, these two are carriage and the duty are consignee's expenses, right? So what is the entry in consignment account? To City Stores. To City Stores, carriage 3000, custom duty 7500, and here next you can find commission also. Entitled 6% commission on sales affected by them. They incurred expenses amounting to 2500 for repairing the damaged mobile set. Okay. So 6% commission on the sales. Okay. The commission, this amount will be 9 lakh into 6% of 9 lakh. Okay, it becomes 54,000. So I'll check in calculator again. 9 lakh into 6 divided by 100. 54,000, correct. 9 lakh into 6%. It'll give you 54,000. So that's done. Now, incurred expenses amounting to 2,500 for repairing damaged mobile. So this is again consignee's expenses to be written here. So repairs come under 2 city stores. Okay. I read only half, so I couldn't say this. Okay. So now I explained you all. So commission I have included in here itself. In previous problem, I have mentioned it separately by writing 2 city stores. Even this is fine. Okay. So next, the insurance company admitted me mobile claim at 35,000. Okay, at 35,000 rupees. Now in entry, what we have to do is by insurance company. Okay, by insurance company, 35,000 you have to write. Now there is another adjustment I'll say you while calculation of abnormal loss. Okay. Now what and all are left? Calculation of abnormal loss, calculation of consignment stock, right? Now let's do that. So we have to mention separately by maintaining a working notes. Okay. Working note for calculation of abnormal loss. So value of goods lost. See, can you see here in this question how much value of goods are lost? So they have not mentioned you specifically here, but there's a small hint in the question itself. City stores received the delivery of 950 sets. See how much mobile sets did me mobile send? 1,000 mobiles. How much did the city stores receive? Only 950. Which means 50 mobile sets were lost in transit itself. Okay. So 50 mobile sets. So 50 into 900 rupees. Cost of one mobile. Okay. Each, right? 900 each. So cost of one mobile is 900. So 900 into 50. So that is the value of 50 mobiles. So that is 45,000. Now, abnormal loss for goods in transit itself. Right? You have to consider all the, here the abnormal loss has been incurred in when the goods were in transit itself. Here the goods were not lost after reaching consignee's godown. So here the goods were lost in transit. So what are all the expenses up to the transit itself should be included in the abnormal loss. Okay. So here, while valuation of abnormal loss, all the consignor expenses are to be included. All the consignor expenses. Blindly write all the consignor expenses while valuation of abnormal loss. Okay. See. Add consignor expenses. 10,900. I have added all these three. 650, 7,000, 3,250. So I have got 10,900. Okay. So how did I do this? For 1,000 goods, it's 10,900. So what is the value of 50 goods? So 50 goods, what are the expenses incurred for 50 goods? They have asked. Okay. So 1,000 goods, it's 10,900. So what about 50 goods? So what we have to do is just cross multiply. 50 into 10,900. Okay. Divided by 1,000. So if you calculate this, you are going to get 545. Okay. See again, the format should be same. I have explained in previous video. That is lecture 2. Please watch that if you have not watched, or else you won't understand anything. So 1,000 goods, the value, the expenses incurred for 1,000 goods is 10,900. So what are the expenses incurred for 50 goods? You have to calculate. Okay. So that is 545. Here the goods are lost in transit only. So we have to consider all the expenses until the goods are in transit. Okay. See the consignee's expenses once. See carriage, custom duty, repairs. Right. So these are not being considered because here I have written a note here. Here consignee's non-recurring expenses are not considered because goods are lost in transit. So all expenses must be considered up to goods lost in transit. So consignees non-recurring expenses are not considered. Okay, I've explained you, because here goods are lost in transit. So all the consignees expenses will not be, consignees non-recurring expenses will not be valued here. So consignees non-recurring expenses will not be written. So only consignor's expenses will be written. So here, this is not the answer. This is the gross abnormal loss. This is not the answer. Okay. So this is the just gross abnormal loss. The real answer is, wait, I'll say you again. See, insurance company admitted me mobile's claim at 35,000 rupees, which means insurance company has given you 35,000 rupees for the damage occurred. Okay. See, I've written here gross abnormal loss 45,545, right? Now you have received insurance, right? Insurance claim less insurance claim amount is 35,000. Now net abnormal loss after deducting this 45,545 minus 35,000, you are going to get 10,545. So this answer will be recorded in consignment account. Okay, so entry in consignment account is by P&L in brackets abnormal loss. Okay, so this is 10,545 is the net abnormal loss. This value should be recorded in consignment account, not the previous one, not this value. So this value should be recorded in P&L, in consignment account. Let's see the consignment account. See, by P&L. By P&L account. In brackets, abnormal loss. 10,545. Okay. By insurance and company, 35,000. Okay. Now, what is left? Valuation of consignment stock is left. Okay. See, I've done here. Calculation of consignment stock. How many goods were sent by me mobiles? 1,000 mobiles, right? See, 1,000 mobiles. 1,000 minus 50 goods were lost in transit, right? And 750 mobiles were sold. So 1,000 minus 50 minus 750. So that is 200 mobile sets are left in consignees go down. Okay, 200 mobile sets are remaining in consignees go down. So what is the value of this 200 mobile sets? We have to calculate. Okay. Now, value of goods or value of mobile sets left in go down of consignee. So 200 into 900 rupees. 900 rupees because cost of one mobile set is 900. So what is the value of 200 mobile sets? 200 into 900. So that is 1,80,000. Okay. Add all consignor's expenses. Okay. So what are the consignor's expenses? See, consignor expenses is carriage, freight, insurance. So blindly write all the consignor expenses. So that is 10,900. Okay. For 1,000 goods, it's 10,900. Then what is the value? So what are the expenses incurred for 200 goods? We have to calculate. So what are the expenses incurred for 200 goods? We have to calculate. So 200 into 10,900 divided by 1,000. This is by cross multiplication. I hope you have understood this. 200 into 10,900 divided by 1,000. So we're going to get 2,180. 2180. This is by cross multiplication. Please follow the same format or else your final answer will be affected. Okay. So 1,000 goods. It had cost 10,900. So what are the expenses incurred for 200 goods? We have to calculate. Okay. Now, add consignees non-recurring expenses. Okay, consignees non-recurring expenses. Only those expenses you have to include. Which expenses? Non-recurring expenses. Only the non-recurring expenses. I hope you have understood the meaning of non-recurring expenses. I'll say again. Non-recurring expenses are those expenses which are to be considered until the goods reach go down, consignees go down. All the expenses incurred are to be considered until the goods reach the consignees go down. Okay. So here, let's see what are the expenses which come under non-recurring expenses. Carriage. Will carriage come under non-recurring expenses? Yes. So custom duty. Custom duty was paid before the goods reached consignees go down, right? So custom duty. Repairs. Is repair non-recurring expenses? No. Commission? No. So what and all expenses are to be considered here? Carriage of 3,000 rupees, custom duty of 7,500 rupees. Okay. So consignees non-recurring expenses. Carriage plus custom duty gives 10,500 rupees if you add. Okay. Here, please note the value of goods is 950 rupees. How this value of the goods came 950? See the question. City stores received the delivery of 950 sets. So what value did the consignee receive? Only 950, right? So only upon 950 goods, city stores has incurred 3,000 for carriage, 7,000 for duty, right? So upon 950 goods, city stores has incurred 3,000 for carriage, 7,500 for duty. So upon 950 goods only, not 1,000. Please note. Please mark it as star. This is a very important question. So 950 goods, its expenses incurred for 950 goods is 10,500. So what are the expenses incurred for 200 goods? We have to see. Okay, 10,500 because of carriage plus custom duty. Got 10,500. Okay, 950 goods, 10,500. 200 goods, how much? Cross multiply. 200 into 10,500. 200 into 10,500 divided by 950. So the value comes here is 2211, 2211. Okay. I hope you understood this much. See, 1,80,000 add 2,180 add 2,211. So the answer is 1,84,391. What is this calculation? The value of consignment stock. This should be written in consignment account. By consignment stock, 1,84,391. Right? This is a very important problem. Please repeat it once again in your practice. So this is very tricky. So if you do practice more and more, this question will be easy. Okay. So let's begin with the fourth question. So this question is based on normal loss. Okay. So Rajesh consigned to Satish 1,000 kg of flour costing rupees 10,000. He spent rupees 100 as freight. 12% of consignment was lost in weighing and handling. Satish sold 820 kgs of flour at rupees 15 per kg. His selling expenses were rupees 400 and commission was at 5% on sales. Prepare consignment account. So for preparing consignment account, what is the first entry you will pass in consignment account? Goods sent on consignment, right? So let's find, let's pass that entry now. See, Rajesh consigned to Satish 1,000 kg of flour costing rupees 10,000. So this is goods sent on consignment, right? So let's pass the entry. Consignment account, debit, credit. Goods sent on consignment, right? Rupees 10,000. 10,000, correct? Now, he spent rupees 100 as freight. So who is here? The consigner, the Rajesh. Rajesh is the consigner, Satish is the consignee. He spent, in the sense, consigner, or Rajesh spent is given, okay, 100 as freight. So Rajesh spent. So the consignor expenses. So what is the entry to be passed in consignment account? To bank, right? So let's write to bank. To bank. Only one expenses he has incurred. So that's freight. Let's write that in bracket. And 100 rupees. 12% of consignment was lost in weighing and handling. Okay, let's see this part later. We'll see with this. Then we'll come here. Okay. Satish sold 820 kgs of flour at 15 per kg. So this is sale, right? So what is the entry for the sale? So by in the consignment account. So by Satish, by consignee will be written, right? In the credit side of the consignment account by Satish. See, by Satish, 820 kgs at 15 per kg. So per kg is 15 rupees. So what is the cost of 820 kgs? Okay. So we have to multiply 820 kgs with 15 rupees. So 820 into 15 rupees. Okay, 15 rupees. So that is 12,300 rupees. Okay. His selling expenses were 400. Who is this his given? So his represents consignee. Satish expenses. Satish's selling expenses. Okay. Consignee's selling expenses is 400. So what is the entry in the consignment account? To Satish's account, right? To Satish, selling expenses rupees 400. And commission was at 5% on sales. 5% on sales. So what is the sales? What is the sales value? 820 kgs into 15. So that is 12,300. Right? So upon this 12,300, we have to charge, upon this value, you have to charge 5%. So that comes out as 615 rupees. Okay, as commission. So let's add both. 1,015 rupees. Okay. So this is consignee's expenses. So up to this is done. Here I have kept this part later, right? Let's touch it now. 12%, I'll highlight this. 12% of consignment was lost in weighing and handling. So this loss is normal loss. How to recognize this is normal loss or abnormal loss? Okay. How to recognize is normal loss are those losses which are unavoidable. So this will occur in the journey or while during the manufacturing process. These expenses will occur. So those expenses which are unavoidable are called as normal loss. For example, when you stitch a shirt and you take the material and go to the tailor, he while cutting the pieces, while he is making a shirt, so he cuts certain small pieces, right? That side cuttings. So those are unavoidable. So without cutting those, the shirt will not come into a proper shape. So he has to cut. So those are losses, right? So that is normal loss. So such losses which are unavoidable, such losses are called as normal loss. Okay. See, while weighing and handling, some flour will fall and get lost, right? So such losses are normal loss. So this is normal loss. So 12% of consignment was lost in weighing and handling. So normal loss will not be mentioned in consignment account. Okay. Normal loss, we will not pass any entry in consignment account, but normal loss will be included in, the entry will be passed inside the closing stock or the consignment stock. Inside the consignment stock, we are going to deduct the value. Okay, we are going to pass the entry of normal loss inside the consignment stock. Okay, so let's see the value of consignment stock. Inside this, we have to value the normal loss. Okay, here we are not going to mention. See, even I have not mentioned here. See, can you see anywhere as normal loss, to normal loss, or by normal loss, anything? No. Only the abnormal loss will be written by abnormal loss. Okay, or by P&L in bracket abnormal loss. Right? In here, normal loss will not be entered. So normal loss will be written inside the consignment account, consignment stock. Okay, inside the consignment stock valuation itself, normal loss will be valued. So there is a formula for valuation of consignment stock when normal loss is given. When abnormal loss and normal loss combinedly given, so we are using a certain formula. Even when there is only normal loss given in the problem, we are going to use the same formula. Okay, see, so this part you have to make a working note and you have to show working note calculation of consignment stock. So this formula you have to learn. This is very important formula. Okay, and this is multiply also. Okay, remember, multiply with consignment stock. Cost of goods, cost of goods consigned plus non-recurring expenses minus, here brackets, okay, minus abnormal loss into, divided by quantity of goods consigned minus normal loss plus abnormal loss into, this is gross abnormal loss, okay, into consignment stock units. See, while solving the problem, you'll understand how this formula works. So you have to write this formula, okay, before solving this part. You have to write this formula, okay, and you have to learn also. After learning this formula, solution part will be easy. See, cost of goods consigned. In question, look at the cost of goods consigned. 1000 kg of flour costing rupees 10,000 was consigned, right? So cost of the goods consigned is excuse me, rupees 10,000. Add non-recurring expenses. So what are the non-recurring expenses in the question? Here only one non-recurring expenses you can find, that is consigner's expenses, that is freight of rupees 100. Yeah, only freight is a non-recurring expenses. So add 100 rupees. And you cannot find any abnormal loss in this question. So 0 divided by 1000. How this 1000 came? Quantity of goods consigned. Quantity. See, 1000 kgs. So that is the quantity. So 1000 minus normal loss plus abnormal loss. Abnormal loss is not there in this question. Normal loss is given, right? So how much was the loss? 120, right? So normal loss is 120. This 120 came from, see, look at the question. 1000 kg was consigned, right? So, and you know that normal loss is 12% of the consignment was lost in weighing and handling. Right? In concept, I have explained clearly about the normal loss also. You can go and refer that. So, in 1000 kg into 12% comes out as 0 gets cancelled, 120. Right? So this is the value of normal loss. Okay, so 120. So I'll write here 1000 into 12% comes as 120. Okay, I hope this is clear. Plus 0, because abnormal loss, you don't have anything about abnormal loss here. Rupees 10,000 plus 100 minus 0 divided by 1000 minus 120 plus 0 into 60. 60 is because of consignment stock units. The goods left after the sale. See how many goods? This 60 kg, right? Consignment stock units. So I'll show you how did this 60 come from. How much goods were sent? 1000, right? Now how much goods were sold by the consignee? That is Satish. How much goods were sold? 820 minus 820. Now, how much goods were lost by weighing and handling? You know, you have already calculated it as 120. So minus 120. 1000 minus 820 minus 120. You're going to get as 60. So 60 units are left, right? 60 kg, sorry. 60 kgs are left. So that is consignment stock units. I hope you are clear with this also. Now, 10,000 plus 100, add them. 10,100 divided by 1000 minus 120, 880 into 60 kg into 60. Okay, if you solve this, 10,100 divided by 880 into 60, you're going to get as rupees 689. So that is the value of consignment stock. Sorry, I have not added here. I have not written here. I've added, but I have not written here. 689. See, I've done. Right? I hope you're clear with this problem.